G'day and welcome to another episode of Kiwi Car Life. And if you want a reasonably fun to drive, sporty little Honda hatchback that gets excellent fuel economy, chances are you're going to be choosing between one of these two. A 2017 Honda Fit RS Hybrid or one of the latest 2024 Honda Jazz RS hybrids. And today we're going to be seeing which of these two hatchbacks are better by comparing their fuel economy, their performance, their driving characteristics, along with the features and build quality throughout. In terms of exterior styling, you'll be pleased to know that the previous generation Fit or Jazz RS comes in a hang of a lot more colours than just pink. The LED lights at the front look cool, it's got a sporty body kit and a little spoiler at the back. Compared with the new one, when these initially came out, a lot of people said they looked quite egg-like, so Honda improved it significantly with a more aggressive bumper and grille, black side skirts, a little spoiler at the back. And overall, I think that both are actually pretty cool looking little cars. The engines are both 1.5 litre hybrid powertrains. However, they go about producing and putting the power to the road in very different ways. The older Fit hybrid has a direct injection 1.5 litre engine making 81 kilowatt or around 110 horsepower and 134 newton meters of torque, and it's paired up with a 22 kilowatt or 30 horsepower and 160 newton meter electric motor, and they are both sending their power through a 7-speed dual clutch transmission to the front wheels. Whereas the newer one has a totally different hybrid system. The electric motor makes 90 kilowatt and 252 newton meters of torque, so a lot more powerful electric motor than the older one. And the reason for that is because it's the only thing that drives the wheels. There is no transmission in the new car. The 1.5 litre petrol engine is just a generator. So you'll notice when you drive the two of them back to back that you will obviously naturally hear this one changing gears all the time, whereas with the newer one, because the electric motor is always driving the wheels and has more than enough power to accelerate the car up to any speed, it can spend a lot more time in EV mode and you won't feel or hear any gear changes as such. The interior of even this older Fit RS hybrid is actually still a pretty nice place to sit, and the spec of both of these particular examples that I've got here are actually surprisingly similar. They both have automatic LED lights, they both have Honda sensing, so adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, forward collision warning and road departure warning. They both have paddle shifters, although in this car they change the gears of the 7-speed dual clutch, whereas in that one they control how much regenerative braking you get. The infotainment system in the newer Jazz RS is really rather good. It's got wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and a very clear reversing camera, which is handy. This one has been fitted with a unit that has all of those features, but obviously with it being aftermarket, it's not quite as nice to use. But again, both have automatic climate control, although in the new one, the physical knobs are a little bit easier to use. And the build quality of both is very similar, although in the newer one, you can tell the material choices are just that little bit better. It has a much more simplistic interior. The newer one also has a little bit more rear legroom, although it does sacrifice a tiny bit of boot space in the process. But they both have the magic seats, which gives you excellent load carrying capabilities. And overall, both are very similar, at least in terms of the spec that they offer. Although the new one, the graphics are just a bit better, the build quality is a bit better, the seats are a bit more comfortable, and it's just a slightly nicer, slightly quieter car. But now it's time to see how the fuel economy and 0 to 100 times compare.
Starting off with the fuel economy, and to do this I got me and my girlfriend Angel to drive my traditional fuel economy test route from the Newlands New World down the motorway, through town and then back up to the New World again. And surprisingly, both did exactly 3.8 litres per 100k. Now let's see which one's faster. And as predicted, the new one gets a much faster launch thanks to the direct drive of the electric motor and rockets up to 100 in just 7.7 seconds, whereas the old one takes 8.4.
Driving the Honda Fit RS Hybrid. The first thing that is really great about this car is the fact that you can, unlike most hybrids, still actually directly control what gear it's in, and the pedals work pretty good. If you want to go up a gear, It does it all pretty quick, and the combination of the little 1.5 and the electric motor delivers actually reasonably stellar performance. It feels as quick, if not slightly quicker, than the standard Jazz RS just with a 1.5 and the CVT. Steering is pretty decent. It's a little slower than I'd like. I think in the newer one it does have a slightly faster steering ratio, which just makes it turn in that little bit quicker. But the handling is good. The transmission does what you want. It goes through corners really quite nicely. Handling's really not bad at all, and you can scoot it up a little road like this. It's a fun drive. It puts a smile on your face, and genuinely, even though most Hondas I've owned have been Type R's, this is still actually a really fun little drive, and it shows that Honda is still more than capable of making a fun car that young people like myself will enjoy the drive of. And given a lot of young people these days are keen on something that is clean, green and planet friendly, something like this I think is ideal.
The BMW logo's like come off. Oh, Learner!
Oh,
Learner!
I got that on video. Well, the good news is, if you do have a learner driver like that, this new one has adaptive cruise, lane keep assist, and most importantly, forward collision warning, so it will brake for you if you think that you're going to smack into anything. The advantages with the new one: slightly quicker, sharper steering. Over time, cars have been getting faster and faster steering ratios to make them feel just that little bit more nimble. You have digital gauges, a much better infotainment system here in the middle, and the build quality overall is just a significant improvement. The steering wheel just feels really nice. The seats are a lot more comfortable. It's a lot quieter because the electric motor does the bulk of the work. Like even now going up this hill, the other one would have the engine running, whereas this one here, until now anyway, was in full EV mode. And the best part is, put it into sport mode, and it's actually a genuinely quite quick little car, I reckon. And like with the old Hondas from back in the day, it's a momentum car. Once you get it up to speed, it scoots along really rather good, especially on a little road like this. Honda's done a marvellous job, especially with this new RS here, and setting up the suspension where you can just turn it in and it just feels so good. When you start going back down the hill, you can put it in B mode, and the engine braking is such that you get from the electric motor is amazing. Like, this is a steep hill down here, and I have not touching the brakes at all, and the car is really slowing down. And while the pedals don't change gears as such, you can use them to control how much it slows you down. So you can ramp it off when you get on the straight here, and then when you come into the corner, you can change down some gears and it slows you down, and then you can back it off as you accelerate out of the corner. And it's amazing how quickly it can recharge the battery. Like, I've just driven down, 500 meters worth of road, and I've already gone from like 2 bars to 6 bars. I'm a car enthusiast. I drive a straight 6 BMW. You would not normally find me driving around in a hybrid hatchback. I have actually really enjoyed driving these cars. They're super fun to drive. They handle amazingly. You can just turn into a corner, let's put your foot down, and they're quick. They zip along really nicely. I've got a full charge of battery from driving down that hill, and now you can cruise along in silence, EV mode, using 0 litres per 100k. It's really comfortable, super quiet, lovely to drive. You have all the features you could ever need, and all things considered, for a brand new car, they're not really all that expensive. So there we go. Thanks very much for watching this episode of Kiwi Car Life. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will look forward to seeing you again next time.